What a lot of people don't realize, especially as they're scaling and growing, is logistic fees to ship an item. You look at a truckload and you look at volume, like John talked about. If you've got, there's a stark difference between buying 200 pieces of furniture in a truck that cost you $3,000 to ship. Well, that just raised your price $10 plus a unit, as compared to
100%.
getting a truckload that has 20,000 units and you only paid $2,000 to ship it. So you need to be really mindful too when you start looking at truckloads or scaling LTL rates. If you're shipping one pallet, let's say for us, like we couldn't buy one pallet from California. It just wouldn't make sense for us. I don't care how good that product is. The cost for me to ship a pallet from California to my warehouse is like $1,000 plus. No matter how good that inventory and that one single pallet is, there isn't enough units for me to make sense of that extra $1,000 that I have to spend on that. So being mindful of where you're at, and that's that whole starting local thing, to be able to go there with a trailer or a truck and pick that item up and not pay a cent for shipping helps you to kind of build that bankroll to take a dive on something bigger of a truckload that costs $20,000.
You guys want to hear something crazy talking about that? So like I recently made a purchase. It's in a whole another state, and I got a freight quote for it today. It's for one pallet. But the thing is that they're going to need to palletize it there, right? So, but I'm going to send somebody else. They wanted $2,969 for one pallet LTL cross country. That is the most insane rate ever.
And the other piece of that puzzle too, you look at a business at the scale like Ari and I, when you think about LTL, that's going to take a week, 2 weeks, whatever to get to you, because they're taking it. It's not a direct truck. And so they're taking it from one place, then they're bringing it to another place. And whenever there's space on that truck, then they bring it to another place. That's how the rate is cheaper for an LTL. And so you have to realize your money is sitting out there for weeks at a time.
Real quick.
And so
LTL,
you don't have the
less than truckload.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. We should have clarified that. But if you're running an LTL, you need to realize that your money's tied up for that long too. You don't have that money to spend on a new deal that you get. You can't turn it around as quickly. Direct trucks are nice because I can buy a whole truck and I can have it on my doorstep 2-3 days later, depending on where it's shipping from.
Yep. No other stops.
Yes, definitely. Okay. So let's talk about pallet buying in general. We talked a little bit about margins, expectations. What are some of the things that you get? People come in and have questions and you're like, man, this just seems like common sense. Like these are things that I feel like you should know coming into this game. Because there's a lot of times where I feel like common sense just isn't so common. And there's a lot of things that people don't understand, like LTL. Like we all understand what LTL is, but if you're new to the game, you might not even understand what that means. When somebody says, okay, I'm going to LTL this to you, you don't understand the dynamic that goes behind that. So is there a revolving question or set of questions that you get a lot that you think it would be important for everybody listening to know?
Mostly, it really kind of relates to LTL. It's like, can I just buy 6 pallets? Can I just buy 7 pallets? That I get that a lot, and that's typically not the case unless they're like higher end pallets, say like electronic pallets that are really clean, everything's been tested, everything works. You're paying $2,200 a pallet for them, something like that. That's when you can do some LTLs, but you just want 5-6 pallets of Walmart general merchandise. It's not happening unless it's coming from somebody's warehouse. If it is possible, beware, because it's probably not direct. Anything direct can be whole truckloads. Anything less, you want to be a little skeptical. Yep, I can't talk now. Anyways, but you want to be hesitant about it because it could be sitting in somebody's warehouse. They got everything good out of it, and they're shipping you what's left over. And then all the abbreviations in the liquidation world, the AMZ, the TGT, the WMT for all your stores. Like, we're not supposed to put the actual name of the places out there because they don't want their brand posted on the secondary market. Contract holders don't want it out there either, especially with the location and that kind of thing, just because of, I guess, different behind the scene agreements and contracts.